And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
Hey everyone, and welcome. In this video, we're going to be having a look at the United States of Arms, specifically the United States Industrial Military Complex, and their role in NATO. Now, we all know that the leaders that we actually see on the TV, i.e. Boris Johnson and Biden and all of the rest, are puppets. They've got someone's hand so far up that their elbow are touching the tonsils. We all know this, don't we? Well, this is a visual indication of US weapon exports from 1950 to 2017. Now, this isn't from anywhere in America. This is from the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute's Arms Transfer Database. Now, these aren't individual weapons. These are dots that are expressed as a trend indicator value. Each dot on the map, one trend indicator value. So we'll have a look through this quickly. It also states who the biggest buyers, the top buyers in that specific period were. So I'll let that run. As you can see, it just exponentially get more and more and more and more and more. And then we'll have a look at the link with NATO. Now, if you didn't know, NATO comes with a few stipulations. One of them being that you must update your arsenal in regards to military, which is a lot of what this United States of Arms is about, in my honest opinion. Among other things, obviously, very much American imperialism. Well, it seems that one of the stipulations from NATO is to store American weapons, i.e. bombs. When they say bombs in this article, I assume it means nuclear bombs. And Germany wanted to do the same as what we managed to do with the help of CND. Remember CND, the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament? We actually removed American heavy-duty weapons out of our country, and Germany wanted to do the same. And it wasn't America that slapped Germany, it was NATO. This is the connection. Who controls NATO? Well, it's the biggest payer in, isn't it? And that's America, obviously. So whenever NATO slaps a member nation, it's actually America that are doing it. Now, what actually happened was when Germany decided they wanted to get rid of weapons from Germany, from America, they actually threatened through NATO, Germany, with nuclear weapons being put in Eastern Europe. I'll let that sink in. Eastern Europe. This was in 2021, before the trouble in the Ukraine. And they're talking to Germany about putting nukes on the border of Russia. Are we seeing a pattern here? Look at, you saw that visualization of the weapons that come out of America. America are the world's biggest gun runners, in my honest opinion. Not only do they sell them to anyone in the world, to the highest bidder, but they also lose them by leaving them all over the world when they flee. Am I wrong on that? And now with what's going on in the Ukraine, it's even more bank for the military industrial complex. Am I wrong? You didn't think about it. They're shipping, what was it, $800 million worth of high-tech equipment over there. Things like, I don't know, 1,855 millimeter howitzers, 4,000 artillery rounds, 200 armored personnel carriers, 11 helicopters, 300 switchblade drones, 500 javelins, etc., etc., etc. So the top of the food chain, effectively. And that's not the only money-making scheme they're going to be pulling either. Let's not also forget that we've got European NATO countries being told to ship all of their older technology and older weapons to the Ukraine to be replaced at a later date. Where do you think they're going to be getting those from, everyone? And yes, I'm also talking to you, Finland and Sweden, if you're listening. I know I have a few watchers from those countries. It's going to be exactly the same for you. They're going to be forcing you into buying a shed load of weapons as well. Fun, everyone. Now, this obviously comes from NATO Secretary Jens Stoltenberg. They said in November 19th, in 2021, that if Berlin refuses to keep American bombs on in its territory, NATO will put nuclear weapons in Eastern Europe. Now, why would they threaten Germany with nukes in Eastern Europe? Anyone? Other than the threat of starting a Russia-NATO conflict. And where would a Russia-NATO conflict be fought? Europe. Am I wrong? Absolutely disgusting, the amount of weapons that comes out of America. I think we need to be looking at the other side of the spectrum as well, because there's a lot of stuff coming out of America into highly questionable, in my honest opinion, leadership. But I'd like to know your opinion. I'd like to know what you think. NATO are a bullying organisation, in my honest opinion, for America. They're actually a form of national mafiosa. Am I wrong? Let me know if you think I'm wrong. Stay sane. See you on the next one.